how it is. Do you ever feel that way with laundry?
Usually, I actually put mine away as soon as I get it. Which I know is not respectable. I'm sorry about that.
No, because I just it's in a basket on my bed. I just put it there. I have no intentions of putting it away.
You have a dresser to put it in?
I've got plenty of space. I just have no motivation to do it.
Fair enough. You don't have the willpower.
I don't have any willpower.
I mean, what's the difference? Basket, drawer.
I mean, it's all going to get worn and washed, and then back in the basket it goes.
Do you put your clothes in the dryer to unwrinkle them? Or do you?
I did until I had to pay to dry it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You just run out with your one shirt.
Sorry. One shirt.
Please get in there real quick.
And I probably should at least pull the shirts out of that so they don't get wrinkled.
You really should. Not now, though.
Not now.
Not now.
Welcome to the Scab and Scruff podcast. How are you doing,
Welcome in.
This is episode 2.
Episode 2. It's a magical Friday.
Is it magical? So I wouldn't consider it magical because you were late.
I am like, real quick, sorry to request this. Can I do some ASMR for the people listening?
I don't want to tell you no, but I need to.
Welcome back to the Scab and Scruff podcast. Thank you for joining.
Oh, gross!
They all enjoyed that.
I did not. I guarantee.
I'm so sorry.
He's really not.
But I've always wanted to do that. Yeah, so, anyways, back to me being late. I am late.
Yeah, so, for context, it is summer, and I asked him, I was like, hey, do you want to come over to my house? He's like, yeah, sure, what time? I was like, well, you want to come over for lunch? Like 12 o'clock. And so this morning, I had intentions on going to a great store called Pull Apart, where it was it was a 30-minute drive there, so, about an hour drive. So I got up, I went to the store, and I found all the parts I needed,
right.
And then I rush home, and I'm like, great, I'm going to get home at 11:30. It's plenty of time to
Just
shower.
in time.
And then I get done with my shower, and I'm so hungry, and I'm like, I'm going to ask him if he wants to go to the Pizza Hut. They've got a buffet, and it's going to be great. And then I get a text message. I'm expecting it to be from Riley saying, hey, I'm on my way.
Right, it's about 12 o'clock.
Instead, it said... let me just read it to you. I'm going to read the text that Scab sent this morning. He said... Oh, that's the wrong conversation.
Oh, please read.
He said, I'm going to be a little later than 1. I'll text you when I leave. And these are different text messages. He sent another one. So you don't need to wait on me to eat. You'll never guess who completely slept through their alarm today.
Who was it?
It was Riley.
It was me.
It was Riley. He sent that at 11:58 a.m. When he was going to be here at 12 a.m. Guess what time it is right now?
Yes, I just got here.
It's 2:23 p.m.
Yeah. Just on time, fashionably late, as some would say.
He at least brought cheerwine with him. So, it's not... You know what? I forgive you.
Yeah, but I was going to bring that anyway, because you asked me.
I asked you after
You're giving me too much credit.
I asked you after the fact.
So, oh yeah. So basically, here's how my morning went. So I do you know when... I'm talking to you, listeners. Do you know when you wake up, and I already told Nick this, Scruff this, and do you know when you wake up and you don't hear your alarm, and you're like, well, there's a problem here because there's no way that my alarm has not went off yet. Like, you can kind of tell what part of the day it is, and it was not morning when I woke up. And I was like, there's no way my alarm hasn't went off. So I climbed down. Actually, first I went back to sleep. Then I climbed down out of my bed and checked my phone, and it was 11:57. And I was supposed to get up at 9 because that's when my alarm was. But apparently I was sleeping too hard, so my alarm went off for 3 hours, and I did not hear it at all until I just woke up. And then I took some wrong turns on my way here, stopped for soft drinks, and I'm here.
I don't think I've ever fully slept through an alarm. I have had the opposite Like the opposite
The
of
alarm
that.
slept through you talking?
No. Where I wake up before my alarm goes off.
Wow. That's the dream.
No, it's not. It's
Oh.
actually terrible.
Sorry.
So in 2020, COVID shut down everything except for my job.
Right.
And so I was moved to the first shift. And the first shift is you have to be there not crazy early, but like 7:30. Like, so I was going to wake up at 6:30 so I'd have time to get ready and then go to work. And I was so stressed about being late that I literally had a dream that I was running late.
Oh, man.
And so I woke up thinking I'm running late, and it was like 4 a.m. And this happened the entire summer of 2020.
Every day?
Every day. I was so stressed about being late that I did not get a good night's sleep. In fact, I dreamt that I was running late for work. And as I was running late for work, like, things kept happening to where I could not get there. Like, I would be, like, the final stretch to work, and then, there'd be a traffic jam. And there's never a traffic jam in Albemarle.
There must have been, like, big consequences. Sounds like a northerner. There must have been big consequences if you were late.
Not really. I think it was more pressure on myself.
Okay, you were just stressed.
Yeah, and also first shift at my job, they kind of were rude.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. That sounds awful, actually.
It was terrible. Although I do have a lot of weird dreams like that, where even if... Okay, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you ever have those, like, moments when you're having a dream, you wake up, you go back to sleep, and you continue dreaming along that theme?
You're talking about going back into the same dream?
Not going back into the same dream. Having a different dream with the same plot, basically.
I know what you're saying. I don't know if I've ever done that. I've successfully went back into the same dream, like, once or twice.
Oh.
But tell me what you're talking about.
So, this happened 2 days ago. I was apparently very dehydrated. And I'm a little congested. There's allergy season, thanks to North Carolina. Right. And I was sleeping with my mouth open. And so it made it even worse. And so I had a dream that I got up and got water. And then I went back to sleep. Like, I woke up and I was like, oh, I actually need water. And then I fell back asleep. I had another dream where I went up and got water. And then I woke up and I was like, I should probably get water. I fell back asleep. Dreamt that I drank more water, and then I woke up and I was like, I'm forcing myself to go get water. And then I fell back asleep.
Oh, no way.
I had a dream where I got water, and then I finally got up and actually got some water. And then I was able to sleep peacefully the rest of the night.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You really needed water.
I needed water. I was like dying.
I've never had that type of dream, but I've had the opposite where where I lost water.
You've had the dream where you think you're like you really have to pee, and then you find a toilet in your dream, and then you let it loose.
Dream toilet. Thankfully, I wake up just in time so that I can run down from my bed and go to the
I'm just curious, when was the last time you had a dream where you, like 2 years ago?
More than that.
Oh, okay.
Several years ago. But I remember it.
Yeah.
It was one that I didn't forget. It was scary.
Yeah, I guess everyone who's an adult probably has this. I have learned how to wake myself up if I have a dream where I am peeing.
How do you do that?
I'm like,
asking for a friend.
I really have no idea. But I remember I was like 6 or 7. So I'm telling on myself a little bit. And I had a dream where I was with a bunch of friends and we were like being chased. It was like a Scooby-Doo type thing, right? And so the whole night that I'm being chased by this Scooby-Doo-esque monster, I need to pee. And I finally find a toilet, and so I pee. And then I wake up and I realize that I really needed to pee, and I already did so.
Yeah, I've done that before when I was younger.
And so ever since then, I was like, oh, if I have a dream where where I have to pee, then I just need to wake up. And since that realization, I've just woken up ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I'm an impressive person.
Yeah, honestly. Teach me that skill.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I don't really have that anymore because I don't drink water.
Oh. I tried not drinking water, and then that still worked its way into my dreams.
That fixes the problem.
It'll fix it right up. Right up. Yeah.
Yeah. So dreams are cool.
Dreams are cool, but do you know what is cooler?
What?
Shower thoughts.
Oh, shower thoughts.
Yep. As a matter of fact, the other day, Riley and I were talking, and he said something just out of the blue that he was not intending on saying, where he said, what was it? Shower hour. And I said,
Yeah,
that would
take long showers.
Yeah, shower hour. And I think that would be a great name for either a segment or just a full-on name of a podcast.
Yeah, and you were
but
right.
Since we already have a podcast called the Scab and Scruff podcast, I thought...
Sponsored.
Oh, this episode is sponsored.
We sponsor ourselves.
Yeah, and so I thought we could have a segment on the show called Shower Hour where we discuss deep, weird, random thoughts that you could think in the shower.
I love that, actually.
Yeah. So, what is... I have some weird shower thoughts that I've gone through, but what are some shower thoughts that you've gone through?
Well, I want to hear about yours, but so shower thoughts is a very big, it's a wide, there's a lot of things in that. So, like, in the shower, I spend a lot of time in the shower. That's just where I relax.
He's a very clean guy.
Yeah, I'm very clean. But so sometimes it'll just be thinking. Have you ever, like, you'll see the memes and stuff about it, but have you ever had, like, debates in the shower with, like, yourself?
Oh, yeah.
But actually it's not you?
I've had debates with other people in the shower. Like
really?
No. I mean, like,
I like the YMCA.
Like, no, like,
I told you, Gramps.
No, I mean, like, imagining what another person would say if they were in this debate, or reimagining a debate that I've already had with someone where I had better arguments.
Do you ever lose?
All the time.
Really?
I never win.
Wow.
I never win debates in my mind.
And then there's also the memes about, like, your shampoo bottles when you're having the concert and stuff. Oh, I've had some concerts. I don't sing, but I will sing in the shower.
Surprisingly, mine always fall off of the shelf whenever I start singing. I don't know what that's about.
Either they're dying because it's good, or they're dying because it's bad.
I think we know which one it is.
It's a good one. For sure.
Yeah.
But, so there's a lot of things that you can do in the shower. But I like the thoughts idea, because for me, a lot of the things... So when I'm in the shower... Actually, I want to hear about yours first.
Okay. So this is kind of shower thoughts that have worked its way into, like, thoughts as I'm trying to go to sleep. I guess I haven't had as many in a while, but whenever I hear, like, epic music, like the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song, or like a big orchestra, I create a whole storyline.
Ooh.
And so in the shower, I have created, like, full on, like, from start to finish, like, a storyline where there's, like, death and heroes and villains and...
Yes.
And eventually I will write a book about it.
Wow.
I thought of this whenever I was 12 years old, so it may not be great, but I'm going to say it anyways. So the storyline that I came up with in the shower was there was this like empire, right? Okay. And they were evil. Okay, so
Star Wars.
But
and this guy's name was Darth Vader.
No,
okay.
It's like medieval. So it's like it's a fantasy world, like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And there was a band of, like, 5 heroes who came together and they defeated this emperor. And then life goes on. And then, like, some of them die, some of them live, whatever. You know, heartbreak. Mm-hmm. Well, then we cut to, like, 60 years. 50 years in the future. We'll say 50 because there's one of them who's still alive. Ooh. And his grandson has found out that apparently the villain that they thought they killed has actually been in hiding this whole time and is still in power. So all the things that are going wrong with their society is still pointed to the same guy. So he now has to face the reality that everything that his grandfather fought for was for nothing.
Because
nothing changed. Even though they thought it did. Even though he lost friends along the way. So now the grandson has to go and actually save the day. Actually solve the issues.
So is that what the main part of the story is about?
So the main... Yeah, so like the beginning of the story, like, would be explaining the world and how the Empire came and, you know, how he was defeated, if you will. And then the whole story is about the grandson redeeming his grandfather.
That's in depth. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely write that down.
Oh, I have.
I'll draw your picture.
Thank you.
And then this stick figure,
Yeah.
he's the bad one. But yeah, I really like that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So those are kind of the shower thoughts I have, besides debates with myself.
That is intense, because you're writing full-on movies and books. Well, I would watch the movie rather than read the book. That's intense. I've never done that.
Yeah.
Not intent. But most of my things... So... When I'm in the shower, I'm usually either coming up with, like, inventions, I would say, but, like, I'm trying to think of anything that I've actually come up with. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with inventions, but most of my time in the shower is spent in the different universe where I'm the president.
Oh.
That's where a lot of my shower time is focused, is me thinking about me being the president and like what I would do and what I do in different situations and stuff like that. And really I'm just living in that world, basically, of I am now the president and in charge of everybody. Because like now in real life, I would never want to be the president because I would never stay the president. I would love to get like elected only if like people like rose up and were like, this guy needs to be the president, but I would never change.
Like a full-on like cult where everyone came together and was like, this guy's the one legally president.
Legally.
Oh, okay.
Sort of.
Oh.
But see, the problem would be I would get kicked out of being president so quickly because I would not change. You know how presidents have to be like, a certain way, or they have to do certain things. I would just be myself, and they would hate that because I think it needs to be less serious. I think that about a lot of things, that they need to be less professional and less serious, and I think that goes with the presidency as well. Not that they shouldn't make important decisions, but like all these meetings and stuff, I don't really think that's necessary.
Yeah.
So I would just be a total dork. But I would have the most fun of my life, and so would my, what do they call that, cabinet?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have fun too, because I'd just be hanging out with friends and stuff. But we'd be saving the world. But yeah, so realistically, I would not be president, because they would fire me. But in my head, I would love to be president.
So, just curious, because you've gone through this a lot in your mind, what is the very first thing that you would seek to do as president of the United States?
Good question. As president of the United States, my main focus, and this is basically what I run on, I am going to exterminate the entire species of whales. Okay?
Oh.
So, very known fact about me, actually. I am terrified of whales. That is my biggest fear. Like, obviously, I'm afraid of death and all that kind of stuff, but I'm mostly afraid of whales. That's the biggest thing, because I'm pretty sure I was scarred when I was little. But, so
Did you encounter a whale?
A fake one at the aquarium. It was massive.
Oh!
His life size. Wait, did I never tell you this? So, basically,
No.
at this aquarium when I was a kid, we would go every year at the beach when we go with our grandparents. And there was this one room with a life-size plastic humpback whale. Those are the scariest. And there was no other way to get to the rest of the aquarium but through that. It's like a hallway. And it's on the wall. And it's dark. And there's like the projections of the waves and stuff. And there's the whale sounds. Scariest thing in the world. So when I was little, I was like, Mom, I can't go through this. And my parents would make me go through it because you had to. And I would cry. Like, I would straight up cry.
I'm so sorry.
With my eyes covered. No, you can laugh. I laugh about it. My eyes would be covered. I would straight up be bawling. And my parents would have to walk me through because I had my eyes covered. And they'd be like, hey, we're almost out. And then we would finally get out of it. And I'm pretty sure that's what scarred me. I don't know why I was afraid of it, but now I'm terrified.
So that was your Jonah journey.
Yeah, my Jonah journey.
You went through the belly of a whale.
Basically. but because of that, I'm now very afraid of whales, and because I'm afraid of them, I seek to eliminate all whales. And that would be what I'm running on. I'm running for the people, obviously.
Yeah.
Because whales are not any good. They cause problems. So I am running so that I can help the people by exterminating all whales. That's the first thing I'm doing as president of the United States.
Wow.
And one day when we have a whiteboard, I can show you my full-on plan of how I'm going to do that.
I would love to see that. Do you know what my promise would be if I was president?
What would it be?
And I have told a couple of friends this. Some of them dislike it. Some of them are like, yes. I would vow to not only make California a free state where they would be their own country, but I would cut them off of the continent.
Literally.
Like, literally remove the land of California from the continent. Drift them out to sea. And then, Nevada, now it's oceanfront property.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
people of Nevada, what are they called? Nevadans?
Nevadans,
really?
I have no idea.
They're going to vote for you.
They're definitely going to vote
ocean.
for me. Texans are going to vote for me. Like,
right?
Pretty much everybody in the South is going to vote for me. I think that New Yorkers would vote for me.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure New York and California hate each other too.
Probably.
I think any of the big states hate each other.
Yeah.
So like California and New York and Texas, Texas, California. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure they all hate each other.
Oh, California.
Oh, and then everybody hates Florida. But Florida's great.
Florida's great.
Yeah.
So apparently everybody's not. But I absolutely agree with that because I'm pretty sure one time when I was writing on the whiteboard, I was like, so then we're going to take saws and cut off California.
Exactly.
I love your idea.
I mean, here's the thing. Pretty much the loud, I don't know if they're the majority, minority, whatever they are, but the loud people in California have said they want to be their own country anyways. Okay. So, like, let them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's a terrible idea for them.
It's a terrible idea for them. I mean, it's a terrible idea for us too because we need those ports. But still, if we removed California from the continent, it would save it.
So I do ports. I agree, but I have a question here.
Okay.
If as a country we cut off California, they like seceded and they were their own country, wouldn't we immediately just wage war and destroy them?
I mean, probably.
So then we have California again.
But we've destroyed the ones who wanted to leave the Union.
Right, they're probably all dead. So I guess it's really just the people that are changing.
Yeah, because here's how I would actually... This is the logistics of it, okay? I would be elected president, and this would be my promise. I would say, anyone who wants to remain a U.S. citizen, we are wanting to meet you at the borders of Oregon, Nevada... Let's see, is Oregon's above California, right? Or is it Washington? It's Oregon, right?
I think it's Washington, and then Oregon is below it.
Yeah. So I was right. So, like, with Oregon and Nevada and Arizona, like, all of the bordering states, I was like, we will be there to meet you. We will allow you to come into the country. Like, you are welcome to remain a U.S. citizen.
People from California.
And then I would say, anyone who does not want to be a U.S. citizen, you can go to California before this date, okay? Right. And so if you don't want to be a U.S. citizen, you go to California. If you do want to be a U.S. citizen, you leave California.
Oh, that's good for anybody in any state.
Anybody in any state. If anybody does not want to be a U.S. citizen, they can go to California and be a Californian. And then after that deadline, we are cutting them off. I mean, we're cutting off supplies. We're cutting off everything. We're cutting them off of the continent and then pushing them out.
Literally cutting you off.
Yeah. I mean, in reality, I would probably be content just doing that with, like, Los Angeles. But California as a whole, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Let's just let them all go.
That's a great idea, actually.
Yeah.
I like that. But what about people who don't have, like, the news or anything? Like, how would they know?
I'll do, like, the old-fashioned, like, campaigning in the streets. Like, I'll have a car with, like, speakers and stuff, and it'll be like, if you wanna leave California, jump on this car. We will drive you out of here.
The saws are coming.
The saws are coming. You've got 3 days. It's now or never.
That's awesome. Just so you know, I'm looking up a picture of the U.S. because I just want to see what it would look like without California.
It'd be great. I mean, it'd look weird, but it'd be great.
Right. Because I think that would be hilarious. Would they just go floating if we cut them off?
They might sink, but...
Oh, yeah. It would look interesting. Because, like, it's a weird design if California's gone. But it would be interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Elect Scab and Scruff for...
Yeah, we're going to kill the whales, and we're going to remove California from the Union.
You think we can just be co-presidents?
Here's what I think we should do. I think you should be president first. Go ahead and start your whale killing spree.
Okay.
Then whenever
And then
you're-
you come in
then
for the people.
then when you're removed from office, I'll become president because I'll just be your vice president.
Okay.
And so you're removed, I become vice president, and then I remove the Californians.
And then you're removed. Wait,
And then-
would you be removed? Or people?
No,
would
I
be
think
happy?
I think the majority of the U.S. would be like, yes.
So you think that? I mean, I'm not saying I disagree,
Mm.
but you're saying that people would be more content with what you're doing than what I'm doing.
Yes, because I'm not actually killing anybody or anything.
Oh yeah.
I'm offering them what they're
I'm
asking.
not killing
for.
anybody or anything anyway. I'm killing whales. they don't matter.
I mean, fair.
I guess they would. So people would probably see what I'm doing as useless, and I'm using air quotations, by the way, useless, because it's not actually useless. But they would probably think, oh, why do we need to get rid of the whales? I told my friend to write his senior paper. I think it was some kind of paper in his senior year. He was like, what should I write it on? And he said something weird, and I said, you should write it on how the whales started COVID. And then I gave him like an outline of how it happened. I don't really remember, but
So I have a question. Did you plant this evidence, or is it legit evidence you found?
I have my ways.
Okay, so you
It was
forged,
kind of in my head.
you forged
but
these
it made
documents.
sense.
So you're not even president yet. You're already forging documents. Talk about corrupt politicians.
I may be corrupt, but I'll be fun. That's gonna be my good slogan right there.
I may be corrupt, but I'm fun.
Elect Scab for president. I may be a corrupt president, but I'll be a fun president.
We'll never forget what you've done. You know?
I would love to just make this country fun. Like, people need to have more fun. Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, hypothetically, you succeed in your whale genocide.
Right.
What's your next move?
No, don't use that word.
I'm
it makes
sorry.
it sound so much worse.
Your whale extinction.
I'm helping people by...
You know what you should do?
Animals are not people, okay?
No, here's what you should do. You should frame it in a way where you're protecting other animals. Like the
Right.
squid protection agent. Like the squid protection
Yeah, 'cause they fight.
act.
Yeah, I'm all about squid. I always have been.
And you know what? I think that I may know your rival. Because I have a friend, his name is Tyler, who has also joked about running for president.
Uh-huh.
And he hates all squid. He wants them dead.
Does he like whales?
Probably.
Well, this is going to be a fun showdown.
That's going to be, we're doing away with all political parties, okay?
Yep.
And then we're making two new ones. There is the squids, which you can make them the squid.
Wait, which side is the squid? The one that wants them dead, or the one that wants them alive?
Yeah, the squid. So you would be the squid party.
Okay,
Because
squid party.
because you're pro squid, anti whale, and then
Yes.
there's the whale party, which is anti squid and pro whale.
Right, the squids and the whales. I love it.
So we're doing away with the old system. This is the new way.
This is gonna be awesome.
and the only political difference is what animal you want to completely eradicate from the world.
Yeah. I mean, all the other stuff is secondary. Like
It's secondary.
Tax cuts and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's
But
secondary.
main issue.
Human rights, like none of that matters.
Secondary.
Those are all secondary.
I am helping humans by getting rid of the whales and protecting the squids.
Yeah.
So is it a problem that I eat squid? Do I need to stop doing that?
No, I don't think so, because like I don't want all cows dead, but I love a steak.
Right. Oh yeah.
So like you can be for something but also still eat it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about the squid party.
I have a question. Does it then get corrupt and become the Squid Games?
Oh man. Maybe.
Oh man.
No, that's too far.
No, but you said you're corrupt but you're fun.
Yeah, but that's not fun.
It might be to you.
These are the bad people you hear about in history.
All right, boys and girls. Today we're going to learn about the founder of the Squid Party and how they completely eradicated whales from this world.
No, that's the legacy I want to leave. If you could read that in a history book, then I did what I need to do.
You did what you set out to do. You accomplished your goal.
I mean, think about how cool that would be. Like just the switch of you're reading about like the 1700s. George Washington fought to help make the United States a country, all this stuff, and then you get to like 2030. So actually, I'm going to run this upcoming election, but 2020 something, and they're like, and then Riley Shaver, the founder of the Squid Party, he eliminated the whales. They're like, how did we get here?
Just a list of U.S. presidents' biggest accomplishments.
Oh,
and it's like there's some notable ones of like Abraham Lincoln freeing the slaves.
Yeah.
And then there's like some other ones where it's like, who was it? Was it John Quincy Adams who first bridged the gap between the U.S. and England? Okay. And then Riley Shaver killed all the whales. He eliminated every single whale.
That's what I want in life. So elect the Squid Party for your presidency, America.
I just feel like some of these accomplishments are better than others.
Well, I mean, that's subjective.
Okay.
Okay, actually, no, I agree. Some of them are better, but I'm top 15.
You're top 15. Well, to be fair, I think that a lot of people would agree. If you actually weighed out all of the actions of presidents, I don't know if there would be 15 great presidents.
I really doubt it.
I doubt it.
Some of the stuff you look at, it's like, that's cool, but like anybody.
I feel like a lot of I mean this. I feel like a lot of U.S. presidents are looked on favorably because we're like years removed from them.
Yeah. And
so all we see is like what the historians wrote about them. Right. So like there could be some like not so pleasant people, but they did something great, so that's what we remember them for.
It really is interesting to think, like, if you lived at the same time as some of these presidents, what would you actually think about them if you were getting what their life was like?
You're right.
Because you're alive at the same time. It might be very different.
I think it would be very different because, I mean, I'll use... never mind. We're not going to get political.
Yeah.
I was going to say Ronald Reagan, okay?
Right.
There was quite a few people who, during Ronald Reagan's presidency, like, they either loved him or they disliked him, and then, like, years later, they look back at him on policies that either withstood the time or didn't, and so then they changed their viewpoint. So, like, there are people alive today who disliked Reagan when he was president who like him now,
right?
And then there's people who loved Reagan when he was president who dislike him now. So, like, it's a...
And it's also, like, what you value at that time, I guess, because I think that would change.
I think
there's got to be a time where people didn't... I would say nowadays people care a lot about the president's personality. Do you agree?
Although I think that's
or do you think that would be?
I think that's true across the board. I think it's true, like because
I would say it's more now. Maybe not.
Well, I don't think so. I think it's just covered more now because like I have seen like slanderous like comic strips from like the 1800s when people were running against each other.
You're right.
They were criticizing the character of the other person and the personality. So like. I don't think politics has really changed. I think it just gets more attention now.
Right. Yeah, because my first thought was maybe some of the people we have now are just they have a bigger personality, but that might actually not be true. Maybe they're just covered more.
Okay. I think it's both and. I think that there are some with a lot bigger personalities than they've ever had. But then again, I wasn't alive when John Tyler was elected president. Like
man. Good old James Madison. He was going crazy.
No.
Big personality.
Big personality and a big nose.
Really?
Yeah. He has a pretty big nose. I'm
not Googling James Madison.
So there's actually a song from a 90s cartoon called Animaniacs where they go through every single U.S. president. And the line for James Monroe... Did you say James Madison or James Monroe?
I said James Madison. That is a person, right?
Yeah. Well, James Monroe has the big nose because the line is... James Monroe's colossal nose was bigger than Pinocchio's. Like, that's in the song.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm looking up James Monroe nose.
Isn't it? It's
this is what I was thinking about anyway. I just said the wrong nose.
Yeah, like, it's a pretty big nose.
I mean, it's not small.
it ain't no small nose.
It's a very thick nose.
Yeah,
for sure. How did we get here?
Well, you know what? I'm glad that you said that here because now I have a question. We'll get off of presidents.
Yes, elect the squid leader for your president.
But here's my question. So he has a big nose, James Monroe.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider getting a nose job?
Wow.
Or
that is not somewhere I thought this was going.
Or any,
but I like it.
Or any facial reconstruction surgery.
Oh, man. No.
No?
No.
Not even like if you had an accident.
Is there a reason you're saying this? Do I need to leave? Are you about to punch me?
And then the podcast went silent.
Wham!
No, I was
what
like,
about now?
no, like genuinely, like, because I see like all the time of like plastic surgery that has gone horribly wrong.
I would not. Go ahead and give me your answer, then I'll think of why I would not.
I don't know. I think I might. If I had like unlimited money, right, and then I started getting older, I think I probably would. You know, just to make myself continue to look young. You know, why not?
Right.
If you got the money, do it. And then eventually you'll look like a burnt Barbie doll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a Barbie that got stuffed in the oven and melted.
Oh, yeah. I would not. It's just not something. No, I totally see. Like, I don't see why it's wrong for people to do it. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you get your face changed or not.
We're not talking about the morality of it. We're just talking about would you do it?
No, I'm saying, me personally, I just don't care.
Okay.
Like, not that I don't care at all what people think, but like something like that, like my face is different.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really bother me. And maybe if I don't know, maybe if I had something massively different about my face, the only now this would be the great time for you to tell me what you do, but I think the only thing that like I had really bad acne, like on my face.
Okay.
And I guess thinking about that, like there were times where I was like, I wish I could get rid of this. It's kind of annoying, that kind of thing. So maybe I just don't have anything drastic enough to where I would be like, okay, I need to get this changed. But right now, I wouldn't. And then as I age, I think I'm just going to care less. I'm going to be like, this is my face. Deal with it.
Yeah, deal with
Put this on your dollar bill.
Ooh, the first part of the squid party.
But I did. Yeah. I did have the first situation where there was a kid that, so I was not saying names or anything because, you know,
that's
protecting, fair. Yeah. But there was a kid that we were playing Gaga Ball, and this kid was like, looked at my face and was like, you have and not in a mean way at all. It was like in a sweet, just normal way. She was like, you have a very pointy nose. And I kind of like paused for a minute, and I was like, thank you, because I was trying to decide how to respond. And I was like, I'm just gonna respond like I know that, even though it caught me completely off guard. I was like, yes, I do. I have a very pointy nose.
Did you know that the thing on your face looks like an arrow? It is so pointy.
Really?
No. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever thought about that. I think I've looked at your nose more since we started talking about this than I ever have before.
I probably do have a big nose because my dad has a big nose. Sorry, Dad, but he knows that. He knows it.
He knows it.
It's not like grew big, but but he has a big nose, and so I would not be surprised if I as well have a big nose. But I just thought that was funny when I got told that I have a pointy nose, and I was like, okay. So nah, I wouldn't. Just with the face I have now. Not that it's perfect, but
I mean, I think it's great.
Aw, thanks. But nah, and then I wouldn't when I get older. So I'm good for me. But I could eventually have like acne stuff, like scars taken away. I don't know. Still deciding on that, but not now.
Yeah.
Because now I have beard.
See, that's the beautiful thing about having facial hair. It covers up a lot.
Yeah.
It covers up a lot.
It really does.
I mean, I just have it on my chin, but still.
You can have anything on your chin you want to.
Uh-huh.
Know.
Yep. Strange tattoos, strange scars. Yeah.
So is there any other shower thoughts that you can think of we didn't cover?
Oh.
Because I talked about my presidency, which is most of the time what I think about.
Yeah.
Really just my future in general.
Yeah.
In different circumstances. But go ahead. Did you think of something?
Well, I mean, I definitely revisit a lot of arguments I've had in the past. And most of the arguments that I revisit are really stupid. Like completely nonsensical.
Right.
Whereas like me and one of my friends, we love to debate like who would win in a fight between like different characters. And I have now found like something new that I never knew about a certain character. I'm like, oh, well, let me just replay this fight, and I guarantee I'm going to win. And so I'll be like, well, the only reason why he could do that, and it's pretty lame. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty lame.
Wait, what's the reason? Who are the characters?
So the biggest ones that we love to debate was Mace Windu versus Captain America. I strongly think Captain America would win.
Right, you're a big.
I'm a big Captain America fan. I since realize I'm probably wrong, but if Captain America has Thor's hammer, then like, yeah.
Does he get Thor's hammer in this fight?
No, because it's just the standard version of how they are.
I don't know, man. Mace Windu is pretty cool.
That's what I say. I think he probably would beat Captain America, but I think Captain America against like a standard Jedi, like just a regular Jedi, not one on the council. I think he probably could win that one. Yeah.
When do we ever see Mace Windu's like full potential in the movies? Because it feels like he's always just like kind of chill.
I feel like the best display of his power was probably when he beat Palpatine in Episode 3,
deflecting the shock and stuff.
Which can be argued whether or not Palpatine threw the fight or not. Yeah. I don't know. Apparently, there's a book that says he didn't, but like he was actually fighting for his life, and Mace Windu was just stronger than him.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But I don't know. I don't know. But
stupid Anakin killing Mace Windu. I love you, Anakin, but
and then he had to throw him out the window.
Oh man, you're welcome for that.
the writing was on the wall
very
years
nice
ago. Yeah, but here is a thing, an idea for a segment. What if we came up with proposals of like random people, random things, and we have to go into an arena with, or let's say like the standard boxing ring.
Okay.
Like what could you theoretically beat? So I'm gonna go ahead and give you one, and I'm gonna see if you think you can beat it. Okay.
Oh, me against this?
Yes, this is Riley against
leader of the squid party.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with like a big octopus.
Me fighting a big octopus?
A big octopus. He's not in the water.
Wouldn't he just? Can octopuses?
I think that they can survive. I think they can survive limited time.
Sorry, I got off of that. I'm trying to think of what the plural for
octopi, I believe.
Okay, thank you. Now we can move on. Octopi. Can octopi breathe air?
No, I think, but it can.
So
survive.
I'm just gonna wait around.
Yeah, but it's coming at you. Like it is not stopping.
How does it move?
It's got legs! 8 of them!
It's on dry land.
It can still walk! It can still crawl!
I imagine it barely moving when it crawls, like...
So you're saying you say you're beating this?
I'm just taking 10 steps away and then it can't get to me. That's how it works in my head, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think you'll beat it, but okay.
Okay, so a giant octopus, we're assuming that it can move on land.
It can move.
So but it can't breathe.
No, so it's got a limited window.
Okay, so let's give it.
Let's see how long.
Like 8 minutes.
Let's do this scientifically. I'll see how long.
How big is this octopus?
Let's say it's yours. Like its head is about like from the top of your head to like your torso. So like then the legs are underneath that.
So how long? What kind of wingspan are we talking about? Like how long are its legs? Its arms?
Let's say 8 feet.
8 feet long. So
it can survive 20 to 30 minutes. So that is a long.
Whoa!
So that is long enough for a fight.
Oh man, how?
It's an octopus.
Where is it storing the water? Okay. So wait. So its legs, its arms, whatever, are longer than it is tall, and I am tall. So it's got great wingspan. Okay. And 20 to 30 minutes. Can I have like a gun?
No, this is like the octopus doesn't get a gun, you don't get a gun.
Oh no! Well, I don't want the octopus to get a gun.
Well, good, because it would have 8.
Yeah, that'd be a problem. So, how big is this arena? I want to see if I can outrun this thing.
It's a standard boxing ring.
Oh, no.
You're just in a boxing ring with an octopus.
It can almost reach across the boxing
I'm
ring.
pretty sure it can.
Okay, so there's no room for me to run.
No, you've gotta fight it.
Ah. Okay, so gotta fight it. And with my fists.
Yeah.
Its tentacles are sticky, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably gonna stick to me. It's gonna grab me.
Here's what I will say. It will get disqualified if it tries to bite you. Okay?
Well, I'm not. Does it have teeth?
No, but it's got a beak.
Ah, beak.
Yeah. So like,
Ew.
I know, gross. So like, it still has to abide by the rules of the boxing ring too.
Right. It's a clean.
So it can't choke you. It's gotta hit you.
So it can't take its tentacle
and just
I know you
wrap
can't
it
see
around.
this, but well, you can see it.
I can see it.
So it can't take its tentacle and just like hold it over my mouth and suffocate me.
No, it's gotta like.
That's the first thing I was.
It's gotta like get you to the ground and pin you. And it knows this.
Okay.
In this fictional scenario, the octopus is intelligent enough to know how to box.
Okay. All right. So say this fight is next 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So I can start training now. I'm hitting the gym.
2 weeks is a
every
little
day.
late to start training, but yeah.
I know, but you know we gotta have this fight soon.
Yeah.
So I'm training. I'm hitting the gym every day. I'm eating protein, sleeping enough, getting really ready for this fight. I would give myself 6.5 minutes before I die.
So
before I die.
So you're saying the octopus isn't even going for knockout? It's just going to kill you.
I'm gonna die somehow, or to be knocked out. Either way, I would say at the max I am alive or awake for 6.5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm saying I'm dead. Like, I have no chance here. Even with 2 weeks of practice, it doesn't matter.
All right, so that's the
Because-
way of the fight.
Yeah, you think about it, like pinning me down. It has what, 8 arms?
It does.
It's just gonna.
I know. I
put
totally
8 arms over me. Yeah,
I totally gave you a very hard fight for the first one, but you know it's what came to my mind.
Well, I mean, I learned something here because when we started out, I was like, I've got this.
Yeah.
It's an octopus.
Well, I wasn't.
But
To be fair, I kind of was changing the rules as I was thinking of them. But I kind of like, so here's the standard rules. So whatever you're fighting, whether it's a person or whether it's an animal or a fictional being,
okay.
they understand the rules of boxing and they have to abide by them if they're going to win the ring.
Yeah.
And you're in a standard boxing ring, your fist against their fist, their paws, their tentacles, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the tentacles would help it too. I don't see myself winning this. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah.
And
What if we shrink its legs to like 5 feet? So it's not quite as long.
8 minutes.
Okay.
I die.
Okay.
I'm not the strongest person in the world. Now, if we deep fry it,
Oh.
I'm eating this thing. Like it's only. I mean, it's pretty big, but I'd say it's got like 20 minutes before I've devoured the entire thing. Deep fry it. Give me some of that salt, that red sauce, and I got this in the bag.
You got it in the bag.
But yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I want to give you a situation, but
Okay.
first, before we do that, I have something that I needed to share on here
Okay.
since the last time we did a podcast. I have 2 quick stories,
Okay.
and then I'm going to give you a situation.
Okay.
We may go over an hour a little bit, but
That's okay.
but I'm sure they're having a great time listening to this. So the first thing, I have 2 quick toilet things, and these actually will be quick.
Oh.
I won't ramble as much as last time. So we discussed toilets, like the code and stuff,
Yeah.
on the last podcast.
Yeah, the bro code, yeah.
Yeah. So there's 2 different situations. One is more of a question, and then one is where someone broke the bro code. So the first one, I have a question. So I was at the movie theater, and
Not AMC, please. Please.
it was the Cinemark.
Oh, okay, they're fine.
Yeah. Hashtag not sponsored. But so I was at the movie theater. I was watching. Oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Good movie.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Love you, Rocket. But I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I went to the bathroom. Okay, the men's bathroom after the movie. So I was thinking of our podcast when I went there. I was like, this is ridiculous. So I went in, and there is. I'm gonna try to give you a visual. There's the stalls, But then there's just this massive, long wall. One of the entire walls. And you've been to this movie theater. I don't know if you've been in the bathroom.
Yeah.
The whole wall is just urinals. Okay? Urinals lined up beside each other. There's like 20 of them in there. It's got to be close. And it's just a long wall of urinals. But there's one urinal with a stall. Like a wall between
Yeah.
it. So on the very left, there's a urinal with a wall. One wall. Then the rest of them have nothing in between them. I just want to know, talking to the engineer who built this, if you're listening, what in the world? Like, why do you make an entire row of urinals and then put one singular wall on one of them, and then the rest is fine? Now, obviously, I go to that one every single time because it's the best. But then I think I know the answer to this question about it. If you're going in there, there's someone at that urinal to the far left with the wall. Is it okay? Is it better to go on the other side of that wall, which is right beside them? But is that better than going one in between and going beside someone without a wall?
I think if there's a wall, it's a little different rules. Like, still, like, I think... Bottom line, if there is another open urinal, go to that one.
Right, but let's say everybody was spaced out. One urinal in between, the bro code. One urinal in between, everybody's spaced out. But you have one option where you go in the middle and there's space on both sides, but there's no wall. Or you just go to the right beside that person with the wall, but there's a wall in between. What's the right option there?
Ooh, I think you go just super close to the wall. Just super close to the wall.
Okay. I just thought it was very interesting how there's a singular wall there, and I don't know why there's not more.
Yeah.
People don't care about men's bathrooms.
No, they don't.
But, yeah, so the other thing is I was on the way back from the beach, and I went to a gas station bathroom, and there was one stall and two urinals. There was a wall between the two urinals. Now, I was using the urinal, and this older fellow came in to the bathroom, and I thought everything was going to be fine. But then he walks right up to me beside the urinal. There's the wall. He gets right up really close, and first of all, I'm just like, what are you doing, man? There's a complete stall that you can lock the door open. What are you doing? And he walks right beside me. And then, as I thought it couldn't get any worse.
Oh, no.
I was wearing a Panthers jersey. It was a Luke Kuechly jersey. Go Panthers. And
Hashtag not sponsored.
The back, yeah. Exactly. Could be. The back of it said Kuechly, because it was Luke Kuechly. Mm-hmm. So he walks up to the urinal beside me. And it's silent. And I'm like, okay, please don't talk. Please don't talk. And he says, Kuechly, huh? And I was like, you're talking on the phone, right? You're not talking to me. and I was like, he's talking to me. And I said, yeah. And he said, he was pretty good, wasn't he? And he tries to start a full conversation. And I feel so bad because I was just rude. Because I was like, yeah.
Oh, no!
And then I was silent after that. And he was like, he laughed a little bit. And then he went and, I think he washed his hands. I don't even know. And then he went and left. And I was like, I was probably very mean to that guy because I said 2 words and I did not sound happy. But this dude walked in and started talking to me right beside me. What in the world?
Gross.
This is why we talk about this on our podcast because people need to know.
People need to be aware. People need to be aware so that way that doesn't happen again.
Yes, because I will be rude when I talk to you. I'm sorry.
Have you or a loved one ever been interrupted in the bathroom?
Yes. Please call this number.
Please call this number.
For compensation.
We will give compensation.
Okay. So yeah, back to your situation. Boxing ring.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing rules.
Yep.
You're fighting against who? I'm just gonna go with the first thing that came to mind.
Okay.
Boxing rules, boxing ring. You're fighting against a beaver, and it's your size.
Oh, wait! It's a Nick-sized beaver.
Yes, a Nick-sized beaver.
I was about to be like, oh, easy, and then you said
just kick
it was the same size.
No, it's the same size as you. It's what's your height?
I'm 5'9.5".
Okay, so average sized human being, beaver, and obviously everything is in proportion, so it has a massive tail.
Oh, but it can't use it because
Oh,
it's boxing. Really? I think it's boxing rules. I don't think you can box with the tail.
Okay, I'm sorry for the depiction, but wouldn't that be the same thing as somebody just using their butt?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, you can't do that?
I don't think so. You're
telling me if you're in a boxing ring, you couldn't give somebody like
a butt tap?
A boop? You hit it with your butt?
I don't think so.
Why would they say... They wouldn't say, sorry, you can't do that, would they?
I'm pretty sure they would.
I don't know about that one.
Well,
yes, please Google, can you use your butt in boxing?
I'm going to look up official boxing rules.
That's going to be very long. Because that's part of what makes... I think that's the only chance the beaver had. Well, not the only chance, but its biggest thing is its tail.
All right, let's see. There's 13 rules
if there's
on
any professional
titleboxing.com. Each contestant can vary.
I'm just going to go straight forward.
Okay, the referee of a boxing match. Any fighter who gets knocked. No, every athlete. There's no standing 8 count. If on the occasion a boxer is knocked out.
I'm not getting the results I was looking for.
You know what? I don't see anything in this rules on titleboxing.com, so I'm going to say it's allowed.
Okay, good.
That's the official decree. I guess if an octopus is allowed to use all 8 of its arms, then I guess a beaver can use his tail.
I mean, I think I'm going to become a boxer, and I'm going to use my butt and see if they call me out.
Are you going to put a glove on it, too?
No.
No padding. Just...
I think you can. I think you can use your butt. That's my official opinion.
Okay.
So anyways, this Nick-sized beaver, it's got a tail. A fat tail.
Oh.
And it can use it against you. Other than that, it's a pretty normal animal. But normal boxing rules, do you think you can beat up can you think you can KO this beaver? Or beat it up and not die?
Well, how long are beaver arms? Because I feel like if it's in proportion, just my size, I think my arms are longer than its.
Probably.
So I think that I've got the reach as long as I can just... If I stay in front of it, and I never allow the tail to swing around, I think I can hit it.
That's a good... Yeah. Because the tail is going to be longer than its arms.
But they cut down trees.
Oh, but you said you can't bite.
No, you can't bite, but do they haul trees?
What do you mean?
Like, don't they, like... They build dams out of them. So, like, they move trees.
Yeah?
How strong is a beaver?
Oh, you're saying it's strong.
How strong is a beaver?
I get what you're saying now. I never thought about them actually moving the trees. I thought they worked together like a little family.
How strong is a beaver? I'm just curious.
Dang, are beavers jacked?
They've gotta be! Let's see.
This would be something.
Well, it's got 180 pounds of biting force per square inch.
Good grief, dude.
But how much can a beaver carry? That's what I really want to know, because how much it can carry is how...
I know what I'm going for in my new workout plan. I want to look as swole as a beaver.
How much can a beaver carry? Let's see. Beavers usually choose small trees with a diameter of 2 to 6 inches to cut down. But per its weight, even a tree that's 2 to 3 inches...
Trees are heavy. I couldn't move a big tree, obviously.
I think it would knock me out.
Ooh, you're saying if it lands a punch.
I think if it lands a punch, I'm down. if this thing, proportionally, if its strength raises with its size, this thing could deck me.
Huh. I'm looking at muscular beavers right now.
I'm pretty sure that a beaver could knock me out.
Now, this doesn't mean, like you said, you have a longer reach.
I have a longer reach.
So this is literally like, it's a boxing match where one of the fighters has long reach, but the other one is just, if they hit you.
If it hits me.
That's what this is. And I'm looking at a cartoon beaver right now.
So our first ever boxing matches. Oh, gosh. I'm sure the furries love that one.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, but our first ever encounters in a boxing match, or whatever we decided to call this, we both lost.
Yeah.
I think I could survive probably a few minutes, and then once it lands a punch on me, I'm down.
Okay, I'm looking at pictures. They have very small arms.
How big are their arms? Let me see. You know what? It's not landing a punch. I think I could keep hitting.
Apparently, they got some muscle up in those arms, though.
I think it's all muscle. That's what I think. Beaver is just muscle.
Whoa. I never knew beavers were finned on their feet.
Yeah, they've got webbed toes.
Huh.
They go in the water a lot, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm learning a lot about beavers right now.
But I think that's the conclusion.
So you think you're dead? Wait, no, you think you win. Change?
It's got very small arms, bro.
It does. How strong are you though? Can you KO somebody?
I mean, I've never done it before, but in this fictional scenario, right? I'm training. You got 2 weeks of training, so
True.
I'm training. So maybe I'll last 3 minutes.
You'll have an opportunity quicker to land a punch, unless they're super agile.
I think I would. Although you know what, it's got a thick skull.
I can probably take it.
It could take a hit.
This would actually be a really good fight.
I
would pay to watch this.
I think that this one would probably be a little more entertaining than the octopus one because you would just be constantly getting hit.
It would be so bad for
the
me.
octopus. But
from all sides.
But if I'm fighting against this beaver, I still think I lost.
Okay, I do think you last longer.
I think I last longer.
How long would the fight be? If
you gonna say 8 minutes?
You think 8 minutes?
Let's say 8 minutes.
I think that's around where I go out, but I could be over.
Yeah.
So in our first scenario, I lost to a not a life size,
just
a Riley size octopus.
Just an octopus, yeah.
Yeah, and then you lost to a Nick sized beaver.
Yeah.
And what I learned from this episode I learned a lot of things, but I learned that beavers are jacked, man.
Yeah.
They are swole.
Yeah.
I want to look like a beaver.
You want to look like a beaver? You want to know something?
What?
I actually have beavers in my family.
Huh?
My grandmother's maiden name was Beaver.
Oh.
So like, I think it's wild you chose a beaver, bro.
That's funny. But I when you said that, I definitely thought about your uncle like being a beaver.
Oh,
You said beavers in your family.
I mean, you never know. Maybe that's where the Nick-sized beaver comes from. It's just
Maybe.
my bloodline.
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe that would be. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
I was just thinking it makes you look like a beaver, but I don't think you do.
I don't think I do. Well, I have been Scruff.
I have been Scab.
Thank you for joining us on episode 2 of the Scab and Scruff podcast.